As a steward of the public's land, our goal is to provide an ecological, healthy landscape for future generations. By doing active forest management, including use of controlled prescribed fire and thinning of trees in strategic locations, it will help reduce the speed and intensity of future wildfires.
Thinning treatments, which have happened over the past decades here at Pomeroy, were designed to protect infrastructure on and off the district, such as private property, campgrounds, or recreational residents. It is also the intent of these treatments to restore vegetation characteristics to what they were historically, which is important for landscape resiliency to such things as fire and insect and disease.
As we went into and the latter stages of the month of June, a very unprecedented event occurred across the entire Pacific Northwest. And that was what was referred to as the Pacific Northwest Heat Dome. And we had temperatures even up into the high 100s. It was a 1 in 1,000 year event. So it's extremely significant, and it truly dried out the fuels and it set the stage. And so when we had the lightning event, some very challenging fuels conditions existed out on the landscape.
Once the lick fire burned into treated areas, it changed the fire behavior from higher intensity wildfire to lower intensity wildfire in much of the treated areas. Fire managers were able to anchor off fuel treatments to create fire lines to stop and slow the progression of the fire.
So these treated acres were critical in providing fire managers options, and ultimately this led to a shorter duration fire, a less costly fire, a safer fire for the firefighters to operate in. It maximized the efficiency of the folks on the ground to be able to get a handle and contain this fire in a timely fashion.
So the benefits of an incident that is shorter in duration has many positive effects. First and foremost, it's less risk to our responders. It certainly has a much less impact across the landscape to our communities. To have an incident that's wrapped up sooner, it's less smoke in those communities.
The Umatilla National Forest has taken proactive steps to increase thinning at a larger scale. We can't do this alone, so we've partnered with local agencies and stakeholders to maximize work on the ground.
In partnership with the Umatilla National Forest, the Washington Department of Natural Resources funded the implementation of wildfire risk reduction and fuels reduction activities in areas that were burned in the Lick Creek fire. Many of the treatments proved to be effective at reducing the spread of the fire, reducing fire intensity, and aiding in the wildfire suppression and response activities. The investments that the state made in implementing treatments in the area that burned in the Lick Creek fire is really just the first step in trying to create additional opportunities and do more work across the landscape.
By working on the common goal to reduce the effects of destructive wildfire with tribal governments, county, state, and other federal agency partners, such as Washington Department of Natural Resources and Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, we have a greater opportunity to reduce impacts at a larger scale.